Day one of the government shutdown, the impacts being felt here on campus. Flu season is quickly approaching where students can get free flu shots.
And unseasonably warm temperatures continuing across the region. I'll have what you can expect in Oklahoma. This is OU Nightly.
It's been over 17 hours since the government shutdown. Thanks for watching. I'm Bryn Mead.
And I'm Clay Webster. We'll begin tonight with team coverage. Republicans and Democrats are arguing over enhanced Obamacare subsidies. The White House says layoffs due to the shutdown are imminent. The government is expected to be shut down until at least Friday, but it could last longer. Many essential federal employees are working without pay, and other workers are furloughed until further notice.
Surrounding the government shutdown, one federal building here in Norman is already being impacted. OU Nightly's Cariana Gamboa is live at the National Weather Center. Cariana, what are NOAA officials saying?
Bryn, Clay, here at the National Weather Center, they're already seeing changes to their workforce. And when I arrived here this morning, I saw multiple people taking out their things to their cars. Now, they declined to speak with me on camera. However, some told me they were being furloughed, others telling me they were being sent home to work remotely. And you can already see people leaving out signs and flowers for those federal workers. Dr. Cameron Homeyer, director of the School of Meteorology here at the National Weather Center, tells me that many of the federal employees are going to be dismissed, and other employees deemed essential will continue to work without pay until this shutdown ends. Those workers are mostly National Weather Service forecasters and other operations-focused employees. However, employees at the NWC who are non-essential have been furloughed. I reached out to the Weather Center's communications director for comment on how many workers will be out and how many will work without pay, and I'm waiting to hear back. NOAA officials also sent me a statement saying NWS products, watches, warnings will continue to be issued as normal and will not be affected. They could not provide further information to me at this time. The director of the NWC also says OU activities remain mostly unaffected in short term. However, funding delays can significantly impact students and faculty research when the shutdown goes on for many weeks. And OU Nightly's Emma McAndrews is continuing our coverage with how the shutdown impacts university activities. Emma?
Cariana, the University of Oklahoma says they expect minimal interruptions regarding the government shutdown. In an email earlier today to the OU community, President Harris says a short-term government shutdown will not impact the education of our students. OU leadership says they do not expect any problems with disbursement of existing Pell Grants and federal loans, as these have already been released for the semester. However, any students who need assistance from the Department of Education or are wanting to hear about loan forgiveness may experience delays. The free application for federal student aid is still open and available. In an email to faculty at the university, Matt Holver, Vice President of Research and Partnerships, wrote that short-term or temporary shutdowns will not significantly impact most of our research activities. He finishes saying even once the shutdown is lifted, delays will be expected as the government resumes operations. And OU Nightly will continue to follow this situation as it develops. Bryn, Clay, back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Emma. Well, we'll continue to keep you updated on that story as new details come out. But for now, we're going to hand it over to Carlin McCreary with the weather.
Thanks, y'all. Yeah, right now, main thing that we're looking at is the warm temperatures are continuing, as well as that sunshine we're going to see over the next few days. Right now, across the state, you can see current temperatures. We're in the upper 80s, 88 in Norman, 88 up in Enid. Kind of the same trend across the state. It's going to be rinse and repeat for our forecast continuing over the next few days. Those allergies have improved a little bit. I will say that, especially for weeds. Those were in the very high level the past few weeks. But coming up in a little bit, I'll talk a little bit more about the sunny pattern that's going to continue. We are going to keep those above average temperatures around, and I'll have your game day forecast. All of that coming up. Clay.
Carlin, and on the other side of the world, many children are missing after a building collapse that affects hundreds. OU Nightly's Elle Gedman has that and the rest of today's national and international headlines from the News Center. Elle.
There are still 91 children buried under rubble in Indonesia 2 days after a building collapsed. The structure fell on hundreds of people, mostly teen boys who were performing prayers at an Islamic boarding school. Rescue workers are still trying to free the trapped children. At least 3 students are confirmed dead and 100 others are injured, many with broken bones and head injuries. And there are no reports of injuries after a gas explosion in New York. This caused a partial collapse of a high-rise apartment building in the Bronx. The explosion is believed to have had been in the boiler room. The rest of the building appears to be stable with no apartments affected. Investigators are on the scene. And the Oktoberfest fairgrounds in Munich have reopened tonight after a bomb threat shut it down. Police swept the area with dogs and other tools but found nothing. They say the threat was made by the suspect in an earlier explosion across town in northern Munich. Police say that suspect later committed suicide. Oktoberfest is the world's largest beer festival and attracts as many as 6 million visitors. And several small fires break out at a Louisville chemical plant after a reported explosion. Officials say all employees are safe and nobody was hurt. Bryn, Calais.
Thanks, Elle. Today, Oklahoma City-based company Paycom announced the layoff of over 500 employees. The company claims it is restructuring due to efficiencies in advanced automation and AI-driven technologies, and as a part of this strategy has made investments to automative core business systems and accelerative innovation. Paycom says that the updates only impact non-client facing roles and that they will offer assistance to the employees affected.
And coming up in Earth Report, a deadly earthquake rocks the Philippines. Stay with us to learn how much damage was done.
And with colder temperatures on the way, so is flu season. Find out what on-campus resources are available to protect yourself and others after the break.
Tonight, rescuers for those missing after the powerful 6.9. Tonight, rescuers are still searching for those missing after that powerful 6.9 magnitude earthquake in California that happened back in January.
The most powerful earthquake in a decade hit the Philippines last night. OU Nightly's Sutton Parker has that and more stories in the Earth Report.
Yeah, that's right. The cleanup is underway after a fire at the Vista Battery plant in California. That fire back in January, but work could not begin until the Environmental Protection Agency approved a complex cleanup plan. Contractors have now started removing the first group of burned batteries. That operation is expected to take a year to complete. And back here in Oklahoma, today marks the start of deer and elk archery season. Hunters may harvest a total of 6 deer, with no more than 2 being antlered. Each deer taken will count to your combined state Wildlife Commission and Conservation says that you must have a valid hunter's license if you plan on hunting. The season runs until January 15th. And zoologist Jane Goodall has died today at the age of 91. She's best known for her work in Africa documenting chimpanzees, along with being credited for changing the overall way scientists view animals. Bryn Clay, back to you.
Thanks, Sutton. Looking ahead, Goddard Health Center is offering free flu shots for all students and faculty. Starting today, you can get flu shots every Wednesday and Thursday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. at no cost. Goddard staff says the shots are available for those without insurance as well.
It is no out-of-pocket cost for students. So we will file health insurance, but if for any reason your health insurance doesn't cover the vaccine, or for uninsured students, there will be no out-of-pocket cost for them.
Staff also say they will soon offer COVID vaccines. And the oldest sport in America is making a comeback right here on campus.
Learn how you can join in on one of America's own native traditions after the break.
And above average temperatures are going to continue over the next few days. I'll have your Parents' Weekend forecast and more. Keep it here. Welcome back, y'all. Thanks for joining us. Happy October 1st. While yesterday was the last day of September, I want to talk a little bit about our rainfall. I want you to look at this total. We are way below normal for last month than what we usually see. The normal amount that we see for rainfall in September is right around 3.5 inches, and we only saw a half. But continuing into the rest of this month for October, we are expecting to see some more precipitation on the way, especially in the next 6 to 10 days. This is from the Climate Prediction Center. You can see we are expected to be slightly above average here in central Oklahoma. You could see in parts of the Panhandle, though, a little bit more above average for that precipitation as we continue on into the next week or so for October. So this will be right around OU, Texas. Right now, though, you can see we are staying clear on the Weather Center camera. You can see some birds hanging out up there in the sky right now. Temperatures right now, we're in the upper 80s again. Something I didn't note, you can see Devon Tower right now on this Weather Center camera up in Oklahoma City. So that's how clear we are outside. And once again, that sunshine is staying out and about again for your day today. And temperatures across the metro are in the same trend. The next few days, we're just going to copy and paste the forecast pretty much. Right now, current temperatures, we are in the mid to upper 80s, 87 in Oklahoma City, 87 also up in Guthrie. As we extend into the rest of the state, you can see some places in the western part of the state already hitting 90 degrees. You can see 92 up in Guyman. So we are still very much above average and feeling those unseasonably warm temperatures, and it's not going to go anywhere anytime soon, especially as we continue into this weekend. So watch as we head from Thursday into Friday, 88 degrees. We're going to go back to 88 by Sunday, and then we're going to continue with just this mid to upper 80s trend as we continue throughout the weekend and into next week. So if you're going to be outside, it's going to be sunny. Wear that sunscreen. I know I got burnt and I was outside for like 30 minutes, so I need to remember that as well. As we head into Wednesday, a little bit of a cool down. That's ahead of a front that we are watching into parts of the next week. That could be our chance to see some cooler temperatures and to see our next chance for some rainfall as well. But I do know that it's Parents' Weekend, so I'm sure a lot of people are planning on going to the game against Kent State on Saturday by tailgate time, 87 degrees, kickoff 89, and then heading on into halftime. It's still going to be in the upper 80s. So make sure to drink lots of water. Make sure to wear that sunscreen because the sunshine is also going to be out. I think the UV index is going to be around 7. So definitely something to note by the game day on Saturday. Another thing to remember is it's going to be fairly windy outside. So that might help the heat a little bit, not too much though. So that's something to remember. So as we head into Saturday, those future wind gusts are really going to ramp up. Watch as we head into later Friday. We're already going to see wind gusts up to 20 miles per hour in parts of Oklahoma City, Norman, even up in the Panhandle in the low 20 mile per hour range as we continue into Friday. And watch, that's going to continue as we head into parts of Saturday as well. Majority of the state going to be seeing those wind gusts up to 20 miles per hour. So as you head out to the game, or if you plan on tailgating or anything like that, it is going to be fairly windy outside, and it's going to continue as we head into the rest of your Saturday. So that's something I like when it's windy outside, especially for a game day. I think it really helps with, you know, the heat, and I usually get dehydrated. I need to drink more water on game days, so it's something to remember for sure as we head into the weekend. So for your 7-day forecast, watch as we head into the weekend. Like I said, we're going to stay in the mid to upper 80s as we continue into the game day. So Parents' Weekend, I'm sure a lot of people have plans. I wish I was doing something, but I'm going to study like I usually do, unfortunately. But maybe I'll do it outside. right?
Yeah.
Right? I mean, well, I was hoping on October 1st for some of those
I
cooler
know.
temperatures.
And it's
but-
National Pumpkin Spice Day, I think. So it's like we're literally getting the warm temperatures. I feel like it's wrong to drink pumpkin spice when
I
it's like
know,
90 degrees
right?
outside, you know?
I'm gonna have my parents bring down some sunscreen for me. 'cause
Yes,
unfortunately, I ran
exactly,
a lot of
exactly.
that.
It's hard to remember sometimes, especially when we're in October, but you still do need that sunscreen. It's important to have.
Well, like you said, it's perfect temperatures to get outside, and you might have a chance to do some of that today. Traditional Native American sport has a new purpose in modern times. OU Nightly's Gigi Siki explains how stickball is making an impact on campus.
Stickball, also known as Little Brother War, is one of the oldest organized sports played in America. Part ceremony, part celebration, it is a test of physical endurance.
Stickball was originally an alternative for war. Instead of going to war, they decided if they could beat you in stickball, they can beat you in war. I think it's important with my culture because I'm Chickasaw, just to keep it alive.
The full contact sport is unique to the tribes primarily in the southeastern United States and the Great Lakes region. But stickball is used to connect others, especially on OU's campus.
We're holding this event for our rush, for our newcoming members, for people who are interested, but also as a community event.
I used to play when I was younger because my mom made me, but now I just play with all the native people here. It brings people together. If you want to come play, come play. It's really fun. Everybody's really warm and inviting. It's just a way to get connected.
Want to join the next game? OU's American Indian Student Association is playing stickball on the South Oval for their next general body meeting, Thursday, October 2nd at 6:30 p.m. Reporting from Norman, Oklahoma, Gigi Siki, OU Nightly.
Thank you, Gigi. Over in the sports world, hear about a transfer student looking to make his debut on Owen Field after recovering from an injury.
And staying on the turf, former Sooners are taking over the pros, really showing that there's only one Oklahoma.
Also, guys, a Sooner wins a very heartfelt award as October starts. And things are starting to get swinging here in Norman. I'll have the latest next in sports. Hello, I'm Dalton Davis, and it's time for sports. Transfer wide receiver Javani Gibson will make his debut this Saturday against Kent State after breaking his leg in the spring, and now his new offensive coordinator can't wait to see him in action.
I'm excited for him to get reacclimated into the game of football, get reacclimated into the offense, and really find his spot. And I think he's a big-time playmaker. I really do. And we just got to get his football legs back under him, if you would. But the way that kid works and the way he approaches everything is awesome. So I'm excited to see Javani get back out there on the field.
Oklahoma is truly QBU as they now showcase 6 starting quarterbacks in the NFL. That is nearly 20% of the entire league. That is more than I've contributed to my group projects. Those starters are Kyler Murray, Jalen Hurts, Spencer Rattler, Caleb Williams, Baker Mayfield, and now Dylan Gabriel. The MLB playoffs started Tuesday. Rookie sensation Cade Horton hasn't been able to play as he is suffering from a fractured rib. The former Sooner may not play this series, but the rookie sure did make his mark on the season. He finished with 97 strikeouts and 33 walks. The Cubs lead the series 1-0 and look to go up 2-0. Is Globe Life Field ready for Oklahoma? If not, they better be, because February 13th through the 15th, the Sooners baseball team will have their opening weekend against 3 Big 12 teams. OU will play Texas Tech, then have Bedlam, and finish the slate with TCU. This is the Shriners Children's College Showdown. As October starts Breast Cancer Awareness Month, Peyton Verhulst of the Sooners women's basketball team has been named a KYAL Servant Leader. The Servant Leader Award is given to people who put other people's needs before their own. Head coach Jenny Baranchek nominated her for the award. The clubs are being put away, and no, I'm not talking about Campus Corner, but OU men's golf. Their fall slate continues at the Hogan Invitational, where the team finished 10th with a 23 over par. No need to worry as their play resumes October 19th at the Williams Cup. OU soccer suffered 2 straight losses, which has caused them to fall out of the top 25. They go into Tuscaloosa today at 7 p.m. in hopes of getting a win. The two teams are meeting for the first time in 25 years, and the Sooners are needing a win. Clay, Bryn.
Thanks, Dalton. And after over 96,000 votes, he didn't just win. He barely left room for competition.
Find out which bear put the grr in girth up next.
Attorney General Getner Drummond has called for an investigative audit on the Oklahoma Department of Education following the resignation of former State Superintendent Ryan Walters. In a letter to Oklahoma State Auditor Sidney Byrd, Drummond said that the OSDE staff have raised credible concerns regarding Walters' spending practices. Bryn, Clay, back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Megan. America has crowned bear number 32, Chunk the Hunk, as its chosen fat bear. From Alaska's Katmai National Park, over 96,000 Americans picked their sultan of salmon.
The contest pitted 12 brown bears against each other for the title of biggest bear in the woods. Chunk was a fan favorite for defying the odds of a jaw injury to still out-eat his opponents. Well, it's October 1st. I just hope that I can eat enough Halloween candy.
Do you think you can eat enough,
Chunk.
like as much as Chunk though?
I think so. He ate a lot of salmon.
I don't know if I could beat Chunk, to be honest. Chunk is chunky. He knows what he's doing. He wanted to win the competition. Anyways, speaking of October 1st, those temperatures are going to be way above average continuing into parts of next week. You could see by this weekend, game day, we're going to be at 89 degrees. So we're not getting rid of those temperatures anytime soon heading on into next week. There is a possible few degree cool down next week though. That's one thing that we can look ahead on, right? At least something.
Hey, that's true. I mean, it's definitely not those Alaskan temperatures.
No,
like Chunk the
that's
Hunk
for
is
sure.
feeling.
Definitely, we're not feeling cold anytime soon just yet, but I'm looking forward to it because I'm kind of ready for fall. I feel like now that it's October, I'm ready for the cooler temperatures. I can actually feel right drinking pumpkin spice because I feel like it has to be cold for that, right?
Yeah, along with that pumpkin spice, I'm gonna need me a movie. Like my favorite
Yes.
Halloween movie, Fantastic Mr. Fox. You guys gotta check it out.
Definitely. Well, thank you for watching OU Nightly. I'm Bryn Mead.
And I'm Clay Webster. Be sure to watch OU Nightly live weekdays at 4:30. Good night.